Meet Tony. Tony has operated many brick and mortar locations in the frozen dessert industry. Tony has been getting frustrated lately at the sky-high occupancy costs and the long-term commitments of owning a storefront or mall location and waiting all day long for his first customer to come by. So the wheels in his brain started turning. After much research, Tony discovered that the mobile food industry is projected to grow from a $625 million industry to over a $2 billion industry in just 5 years. Now was the perfect time for Tony to launch a premium mobile frozen dessert business, and so HipPOPs Handcrafted Gelato Bars was born. Rather than be held down in one location, Tony is now free to take his truck and pop-up gelato bar directly to the people, rather than wait for them to come to him. But Tony wondered, how can I stand out from other trucks? The answer was producing a premium product with killer visuals at an affordable price. Rather than putting that money into a developer's pocket, he was free to put that money where it belonged, into the ingredients. Tony is now selling 6,000 bars per month. However, he doesn't want to just stop there. In seeing how well he's created a business for himself and his family, Tony asked himself if it were possible to help others create a great business for them and their families across the country. And the answer was yes. Tony's goal for the HipPOPs brand is to expand from his one truck and pop-up gelato bar to between 30 to 35 franchises within the first 3 years, 65 franchises by year 5, and 200 franchises by year 9. From there, HipPOPs will continue to build strategic partnerships with food service companies all over the world. With Tony's 20-plus years in the frozen dessert space and HipPOPs' established proof of concept, he is certain that HipPOPs is destined to become the next iconic frozen dessert brand.
Hi, I'm Tony. I'm the Chief Pop Officer at HipPOPs Handcrafted Gelato Bars. The beauty of HipPOPs and the bars that we create is that there's nobody handcrafting a bar like this on the market, currently. I really felt that if you just took the pops to the people and I had a really great product, everything else will work itself out. And so it's all in the ingredients. So we're not afraid to put lots of Oreo cookies into them. We're not afraid to put lots of pistachios. We really want our customers, we want the consumer, when they bite into the bar, to say, hey, this isn't something I can get at the mall. This isn't something I can get just at my corner, ice cream shop. We really wanted to set the bar high for ourselves. We start with, fresh, locally sourced dairy, that adheres to our strict standards. All the bars are all natural, they're free of any preservatives, there's no dyes. We typically use just a handful of all natural ingredients, and we handcraft them in small batches at our micro creamery, 26 bars at a time, every day. We really put our resources into the ingredients rather than into our occupancy costs. So instead of having to pay, $10,000 or $15,000 a month to be, in the best mall in South Florida, we're able to put those resources into our ingredients and then price our product competitively so that really anyone who comes to the truck can afford to eat from the truck. We run a special where if you take 6 bars, we give you a free cooler, reusable cooler. We have customers that come every week when we're at an event, and they're taking home half a dozen bars every week. And every week they come back. We have people that pre-order bars so that when they get to the event, they're not having to wait in line. They're able to come and get their bars and take them home, kind of have their HipPOPs fixed for the week. We've won locally here in the South Florida market. They have what's called the Bergie Awards. And it's basically like winning an Academy Award in the food truck industry. We won some awards with Channel 10 to do, the best of Channel 10. In addition to that, one of the most recent ones that I'm very proud of is from the Daily Meal, which is obviously an online publication from New York. At the end of 2013, they did their top 50 dessert trucks in the country. And, we came out at number 8, really our first year out. We're typically, rotating through different events, from Port St. Lucie all the way down to Miami Beach. And then And then every day we're getting inquiries about catering opportunities. So we're one of the few dessert trucks that have a contract with Chartwell's, which is the food service contractor at University of Miami, so we're on campus once a week. There are a few bars that have taken on a life of their own. Sometimes people do get a little overwhelmed by the choices, so we've made some signature bars, and those have become our most popular kind of like VIP flavors. And so one of the flavors is called the Godfather, and it's our pistachio gelato. We dip it in our signature semi-sweet Belgian chocolate dip, and then we encrust it in some really high-quality roasted pistachio pieces. We call that the Godfather. It's a bar you can't refuse. You see these 300 plus bars, just sitting right at you, you get really excited. When I take that bar and I dip it in the Belgian chocolate, and you see that line of chocolate run from the bottom of the bar, and you look at the expression, on your customer's face, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And then they eat the bar, and they'll always come back and tell you, wow, that was fantastic. That was heaven on a stick. We can't wait to come back again.
So from the first moment I tried HipPOPs, I was just blown away. Not that much of a gelato kind of guy. I'm more like meat and potatoes kind of guy. But there's just something about the freshness of the pops, and it's probably because they're made in small batches. The ingredients are all high quality, and actually there's always someone like happy to see you at the window. And if you've ever seen the truck, once they open that window, it's like the lines start forming. And it's really cool to see how well they engage their fans in social media. So if you follow them like on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, they will always respond to you. And they've built a gigantic fan base, not only based on their product, but their interaction with their fans.
This is the first time that we've tried HipPOP, and we thought it was really delicious and a super clever idea and very tasty, and we can't wait to finish our HipPOP.
It's honestly one of the best popsicles I've ever had, because you can choose literally whatever topping and flavor you want, because like most popsicles, I want to change stuff about them. Since this is build your own, it's like the best idea ever, and I get one every day.
I said to my wife, if we could create such a great business for our family, do you think it's possible that we could help other families, throughout this country create a really great business for themselves? And the answer was yes. We really believe that we've got a standout business model that can be, replicated, we feel very easily. We created this franchise company, in the hopes of building a really special brand, over the next 3 to 5 years. And so, in order to take advantage of the exponential growth that we see in the food truck industry in general, we felt that the timing was right, to reach out to the investment community, to join our family and help us, bring HipPOPs, to every town and every market, and build HipPOPs really into an iconic brand that I think it could be.